Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Monday workout. Let's get right to the warm-up. So we're going to do 2 rounds through. The first round, I want you to do 2 minutes of warm-up pace cardio. Second round, just 1 minute of warm-up pace cardio. Then we'll need a couple of bands and a PVC pipe. One band we can attach to the rig somewhere around midriff height, so somewhere between belly button and your sternum. And we're going to do a split stance Pallof press for reps today. And the way I want you to do this is set your front foot at the same connection point as the band is, right? And then the back foot will just trail like that. So we're in a split stance. Today I want the outside foot forward. Last time we did this, we had the inside foot forward. So we're just gonna vary the stance. So we change the stimulus a little bit on the hip, the groin, and the abdominals. And then we're just doing 15 reps. So press out and pull back 15 times on each side at about this pace. So it's like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just as long as you're not going too fast with it. I want you to spend a solid like 45 seconds on each side on that Pallof press. Next, we're gonna get another band, and we're just doing some band good morning. So we're stretching out the hamstrings, the glutes, and just prepping to brace the low back. So hinging at the hips, feel a good stretch in the hamstrings on the way down, and then squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abs at the top. Next, we'll have our PVC pipe, and we're just doing PVC pass-throughs. So stretching out the shoulders, the upper back, and working on our posture muscles as you go up over the head. Try to shrug those shoulders up and get the hands as narrow as you can while not having to bend the elbows as you go over your head. And then the last one is our bird dog. So bird dog, you can try a couple versions of this. The basic version is just hands and knees on the ground, and I'm gonna reach, touch my elbow to my knee, and then squeeze and flatten everything out. And when I flatten everything out, I wanna make sure I'm not twisting my hips. I would like for my back and my hips to stay square the whole time while I'm doing it. And if you wanna elevate the difficulty a little bit, you just pop your knees like a fraction of an inch off the ground and try to get the same positions, and you will feel a lot less stability, and you have to make a lot more power in your hips and your shoulders if you have the knees up off the ground, okay? So that's our warm-up. Now we're gonna go into an interval workout. So this is 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 4 exercises, and then a big 2-minute break. So you'll actually get a 2.5-minute rest at the end of each round. We're doing 4 rounds through. 6-minute rounds, so total of, it's 22 minutes when you take off the last, or 21.5 minutes if you take off that last 2.5 minutes of rest. But it is more rest than work in the actual workout. So we will ask for a very high level of output when we do this. And if we're counting reps, I would expect for the total reps to kind of decay away as you get fatigued throughout the course of the workout. So 4 exercises. The first exercise is bite calories. So that'd be 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. And then we'll find, before we set up, we'll find a target that's about 6 inches above your max vertical reach. Can you see me over here? Yeah. Oh, anyway, I'll go over this way. So I would use maybe this top bar right here, because I can reach up and just barely touch the bottom one, and that would be a good target for me. So pick one, and we can set up variable height targets. If you need to, you can pick a cinder block on the wall to do it, but it's just a burpee. So right underneath whatever I'm jumping to, and then I jump and tap that target that's 6 inches above my 2-hand vertical reach. Next one is just air squats. So nothing fancy here. Do try, especially when we're doing air squats, there's no weight on you. Try really hard to reach the hips below parallel. If you can do that without compromising your spine or your knees, your ankles, reach for that little bit of extra motion today. Don't just try to skirt the range of motion and get like just barely or even like slightly at or above parallel. Try to reach a little bit below parallel and then squeeze and stand tall, and you will get a little bit better effect out of the muscles, a little bit more muscle activation when you go for that full range of motion. The last one is V sit-ups. So on our V sit-ups, you could do the bent knee version or the straight leg version, whichever one is appropriate for you, but make sure that we are keeping the spine nice braced and neutral when we do this. So my spine is hinging up off the ground as opposed to curling off the ground, right? I don't want this to be mostly my vertebrae rolling in like I'm flexing my spine. I want to have my back relatively straight and I'm pulling from the lower abdominals and hip flexors as opposed to just crunching every time I do it. So those are my 4 exercises. You do 30 on, 30 off, and then a big 2-minute rest at the end of the V sit-ups. You should need that recovery. So they say like earn your rest on a workout like this. And when we're all done, it's counting total reps of the entire thing that is going to be your score for today. That's it for our Monday. Hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you on Tuesday.